If not, I'll probably just end up making a full video. But I was trying to figure out what I was up to. Anyway, I'm gonna try to make this video if possible. But I wanted to get on and talk about the state of Siege. Now, for those who have been on the channel for a while, should know that Siege is, a game that I play a lot. Like Brawl and Siege are probably one of my two most played games, both of which I have very near and dear heart to my game. Now, the issue with Siege right now is, honestly, it's the same with the hacker side of things on PC and the mouse and keyboard. Now, I know these are both talked about a lot, probably a lot better than I can, but as a person, like, DOSing lobbies is one of the most annoying things. And as someone who has done a lot of research, studying and all that, and in coding in the field of all that type of stuff, it's quite sad to see their abilities, because unless a lot of hackers can have potential in doing other stuff, like, anti-hacking, which is a legitimate thing if you know what I'm talking about. Just people doing that to a game is honestly just a thing, and people sit there, write programs and put them on the internet and charge people to ruin a game. You're literally paying to ruin a game that millions of people love. I am hoping that they finally fix this matter on the PS5, because it'd be very, very hopeful for that. But the thing is, they're making it so compatible, you know what I mean? And it's just the mouse and keyboard thing as well is just a lot worse than the hacking side of things, in my opinion. Because say you're hacking on a on a PC, you can report that, get banned. Sure, you have to buy another account, but that costs money to do. But with say you're running a mouse and keyboard, you just have to buy one device. Bada bang, bada boom. So it's just not okay. So many people and so many games I've played ruined, especially in this season. I've already seen this new season, a lot of them, and I've lost so much rank already because of it. Like, this Siege is just such an amazing game, such a beautiful, well put together game. It's one of the games that survived a very long time. Like, I mean, I don't know how to say this properly, because it literally actually, like, emotionally aggravates me that people paying to do this. And I've, considering my entire ESL team is based mainly on Siege, like, sure, I've got other games, but the main reason I did it is Siege. Same as for a lot of ESL teams. I don't mean like the big ones like, FaZe and all that. I full on mean like the ones that are dedicated to Siege. Like, look what the Siege community's done over the years. It's a very positive community, unless you're playing on at certain times. We can also have one of the most toxic communities. Then again, what game doesn't? Brawl has its toxic side, COD has its toxic side, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is the state of it. Now, I've had the state of thing in my opinion of Siege, in this opinion, is just, it's not good. It's a game, this season especially, I want to hop on, play ranked all season, but I can't do that now because I'm getting paired up with people who, for things, and so many people are doing it, and you can't do it to afford it, because for a console to detect that, they could do something like that, but it would spend a lot of, take a fair bit of money doing that. Again, same as upgrading their servers to protect DOSing. And to be fair, honestly, there's so many people that will threaten to DOS you in a Siege game. And I know it's not that hard to fix, but the way Siege runs their games is 3 games off one server, and I know it'd be a little bit annoying to, run one game off a server, but it would also be a lot better. Because anti-DOSers like me, people that usually, spend time, sit there, and if someone's DOSing, you DOS the DOSer. You know what I mean? That type of stuff. It's annoying to do that because your game's getting DOSed, you don't know who's doing it. Like, you can track an IP who's doing it, sure, but it just takes so much more effort. and I just want to get in there and play the game. I don't want to, have to sit there, get on a computer, and just sit there and do that type of stuff. It's not what I got on my console to do or bought it for. Like, look at hacking as a thing. The modding community I love. I respect the modding community. It takes time and dedication to change the game in a positive way majority of the time. But hacking, it's just it's ruined it. I feel so bad. And with this COVID stuff, a lot of people are getting into Siege, and I love that. It's such an amazing concept that Siege can bring, and video games in general, can bring people together. But then those people are getting pushed away because their first experience is just dealing with the BS of, like, hackers, modders, mouse and keyboard players. That saddens me. It really does, to see our community just so in wreckage. Because what are we supposed to do? Us as a community could help. I see this. It's just there's such a negative aspect to it as well. Like, what are we gonna do? Tell Siege to do this? Like, they love their game, and Ubisoft honestly does. Ubisoft, it's proven time and time again that a lot of their games mean a lot to them. For Honor, look at that. They have still done events and updates on this game, even though it's dead. I even tried to play For Honor like a month ago, and it took me about 3 hours to find the game. And I didn't even find the game at that point. I just gave up. But the point is, they still make updates. Well, they don't need to now because the game's fully fixed. But updates in the service of events. It's just, why does I get it, sure. Like, the most common thing I hear is what's enjoyable at hacking and stuff. I get it. To a coder and a hacker, like a pure coder who will make their own DOS programs, it's fun. I find it interesting to sit there and code my own stuff as well. I get that. But when you're sitting there and doing that and ruining experience, like, test it on yourself. If you have family, ask them permission. It's what I've done in the past. It's what I'm always going to do. Like, just don't. And to all the people DOSing the DOSes, I respect you, and I have major respect for you. Like, thank you as well. Anyone in the hacking game, I do respect you, but if you're doing it as a negative point, I just stop. If you're gonna put that time and dedication in, and I don't mean the people that go on and get websites, they're not hackers. People that say they're hackers, but when they just go on their laptop, open up a program, and bada bang, bada boom, DOS. That's what I mean. I mean the full hackers, like, hacking's a legitimate job you can do to protect, online servers and that. But people that just sit there and, do that, like, in a negative way, it gives hackers such a bad name. Then again, even the government does. Like, hackers are this negative thing. Movies do as well. There's, no. I'm getting sidetracked, but, the point is, just, please, that's all I ask. I know I don't have a huge following, and I probably won't for a long time. Been doing YouTube now for what? How many years? Since 2016. And last year, on what month? February last month, I wanted to pursue this, and I half started an ESL team with 4 friends, and one of them left and started his own, and that was good. He wanted to pursue in a different game, Fortnite, which is honestly the only reason I still haven't deleted those videos off today, is because Fortnite was one of the most viewed things I think, and I get you could say this, you used it for views. Yes, but at also one point, I also genuinely loved the game when I played it, which was amazing to see that people still care and love for games equally. People even love Fortnite today. I've got friends that still play the game. Me personally, I'm not into that game. I like Warzone and Call of Duty and all that type of stuff, and Siege. But the gaming community now, at this point in this quarantine, needs to come together and work together in all games. With Black Ops 2, people still love and enjoy that game. I still want to buy an old console to play it, but there's no point, because hackers have just ruined it. It's just, you know, I say mod menus, and I know that's what they are, and that's what they're called. But still, that doesn't change the point of the game that they're ruining the game. Mouse and keyboard users, I mean, as I said before, also ruining the game. Like, if I spent $300 or $80 on a device that lets me plug a mouse and keyboard into it, like games compatible with mouse and keyboard, like Minecraft, even Fortnite, like games like that, good. There's a balance between that. But Siege, the way they've made it is for console and PC. They're two completely different games. Very similar games, and they are basically similar in every way, but they're different. Like, the Pro League scene on console compared to PC, so different. Like, I know my team mainly thinks on this, we haven't played an event yet. I still want to, you know, we're dealing with stuff, as I've said in the past. But if we played a tournament, it wouldn't be as, you know, grand in that. It'd be a little booth, probably no cameras, just us do like a ranked match or Pro League match, and that's it. That's all that happens. And honestly, I've got no issue with this. This is okay. But at the same time, so many people are switching to console to get away from the hackers. There's so many games. But the issue is, the main games that we love are ruined. Rust, one of my dearest games that I love, and I would play the hell out of it when it comes to console, is Rust. So many people have already said to play Rust on PC that they will switch because of the hacking community and modding, the modding community on that. And I know I also did speak about that earlier, about the modding community being good, and it is on some games. They get investigative to this Rust and COD. You got your mod menus. And now that's not the type of good modding. The good type of modding is, you know, siege modding. You can get Chichanka with a shield, or Jaeger with a shield, but the thing about that is that's not on. They don't play, you know, online games. It's custom games only. You know, like, sorry, I got a little just. There's so many things I want to talk about. I just don't know how to word them. But I'm still trying to figure out how to word this. Siege. There's one thing I want for you to do for Siege. It's one thing, and actually no, PlayStation. Siege can't do much. It's about the framework, and honestly, some of the coding as well. I want both of them to sit down, get a dedicated team to fix this, because it is fixable. I don't know if any other coders have looked into this. Or sorry, I'm not going to say coders because there is a difference. But I just beg. I beg Siege to fix this, please. And the bugs. I get with time bugs will be fixed. And I get this difficult time, it is hard for any company to do anything right now. But you know what? That's okay. That's why we all need, as I said before, to come together. Every aspect of the gaming community right now is at an all-time high. New players are getting games, new players are getting consoles. And you know, that's great. The gaming community is not as bad as a lot of people make it out to see. Like my family, for instance, hated the idea of me getting a console and gaming. But, you know, look at it now. I don't think my family's ever been more proud of me than they ever have. And honestly, this is where I feel most happy. Gaming has made people get out of depression. It's helped me through depression. Oh, definitely. Anger problems. I get this. You know, it's what would you rather your child say if you're old enough to have a child? What would you rather have your child take his anger out on? A video game or a person? Now, here's the thing with this as well. I've heard so many. I know I'm getting off topic again, but so many people, so many parents to the gaming community will go, why are you why are you getting mad at this? It's a game, blah blah blah. But then when they get angry at someone else, it's like, don't take the anger out on them. They need to take the anger out on someone. Anger, it's just how it is. You can't change that. You can help make it better. You can never change that. you can change. Say this. I'm gonna sound like this. I'm gonna sound like my mother saying this. This is spiritual stuff. You can change. You can change the mind of a human and their thoughts. You can't change their soul. That makes it sound cheesy as fuck.
Here.
But that is the god honest fucking truth. And purple guy, hello. And it sucks so much for just seeing all of our communities fall apart. And this is gonna sound even worse than before. The console wars, I should say, exclamation mark, have been what? How long have they been going on for? People deciding consoles. Honestly, there's so many different things. I know each community is just as toxic. I've played on literally all of the communities, not PC, but literally all of the console communities. I've played PC, Xbox, that they all have their ups and downs. I get the main complaint about the PS4 is its controller. Now, depends on who you are, and that same as the Xbox controller, same as the Wii controller. Heck, I even prefer the original Wii remote compared to any of the new shit. Mind my language, but as I guess I'm changing the point of this video to just the state of gaming as a whole. It's just honestly, it's sad to see such a good community that's grown rapidly over the years. Like, we haven't even gotten that far into like technology as a whole. We're just scratching the surface on what technology can be, but it's already so good. It's 3, 2, and I just feel so bad. It's I don't know. I'm trying to say something, but I just don't know how to. Siege, I ask you to just, and every like development team for a video game, please at least attempt again. I'm sorry, that was a bit of a mind fucker out there, but just fix. I know you're slowly trying to. The siege has already started. They've been addressing it for ages now, what they want to do, but they just can't at this time. That saddens me. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of this stream, because this is a little rant that I wanted to do, and honestly, I wanted to do it. I do want to make this a video and do this in a video format, but honestly, I do want to hear everyone's thoughts, and it's just, I can't. Even if you download the video and say this under your own alias, I couldn't care less. Just share this around. I want the community to work as a whole. I guess everyone does, and I guess I get, you know, it's harder than what I'm saying it to be, but it still is possible. And, you know, I just hope everyone can achieve this goal that we all want to have. You know what I mean? It's just, it might be hard, and that might be a long road, but it's still a road that we'll eventually arrive to. And that is all, I guess. I don't have much else to say. And with that, I guess, on to Brawl. I guess I do have more to say, it's just I can't comprehend how I want to say it. At all, actually. Like, well, I'll probably end up bringing this up again. I'll make a part 2 or something. But, you know, as I said, if you can, share this around to Tumblr, Reddit, anything. Discord, chat, just, you know. post on Instagram. I don't care what this goes to. I just want our community to become a good community. I'm still trying to figure out if there's anything I need to say. And there probably is. There's a lot I haven't said. But, you know, gamers, I just... God, I actually sounded emotional just then, and it's the truth, I guess. I am emotional about this. What a way to end that, I guess. I know I froze a lot, and I'm sorry for this, but you know, I don't know what else to say. Huh. To be fair, I knew I was gonna get on and talk about this. This is why I streamed in the first place. But now that I'm talking about it, I don't know how to say it. So it's therapeutic to me, if you know what I mean. Like, in other words, I'm, embracing. What I mean by that is, it's making me realize how emotionally attached a lot of gamers are to what they do. I know a lot of people fuck around and say, we'll go pro, but it is a dream to some people, including myself. I have a small team of gamers who are good at different games and good at what they do, and a lot, as I've said, the team's pro focused. Siege, even though I've now branched off to Brawlhalla, as you can say, I've done Warzone. I haven't done COD in general, I guess. But what else have I done? We've done Overwatch. I have half an Overwatch team. Still looking for stuff on that, but no, it's just I guess the way to put this is, I'm in a lot of gaming communities, in the fact of I've played a lot of games over my years of this, especially, okay, let me just say one of the most positive communities I've been a part of, the FNAF community, even the Bendy community. Now, I say this because us as a the FNAF community as a whole spent years trying to figure out, clues that Scott has been, Scott Gorfin, for those who don't know, the creator of FNAF, to drop, hints and that at it. And we, the whole community, people came from all over to do it together as one community. And we, what the best part is? We never did it. But did we have a good time doing it? Yeah. The FNAF community is still going today. Channels like Dorko, a lot of other channels, Mythical Cosplay is a cosplay for FNAF who started a channel and has played FNAF and Bendy. And, it's just so good to see, a community coming together, which is why I really want to see the Siege one, too. Because there's a lot of trash talk between Xbox, PS4, and PC Siege. And any game, really. It's we need to come together as a full community that's just, you know, that's how it is, I guess. That's, if you don't agree with that, then I don't know what else to tell you. It's what we need to do. Like, honestly, you can still do other career choices like me. I've been getting into voices, and I've been thinking about doing voice, like, you know, voicing. Like, I can do a fair few voices, and, you know, it's an opportunity that I could take. I mean, fuck, I gotta stop swearing, but, you know, I'm nearly 20, and I still haven't, you know, figured out what I want to do in my life. I don't think you ever will. That's one thing every parent and adult will tell you, is you go to school to find out what you're gonna do with your life. In my case, I think you go to school to find out what you won't do. You won't necessarily find what you want to do by the time you get out of school, but you will find, so God, you will find what you don't want to do. You might find what you're good at, doesn't mean you want to do it. Like, I think people need to realize that. That's just like, you can be good at one thing, doesn't mean you have to career it. Like video games, a lot of high tier players on games don't even play pro, just the fact that they don't want to make it seem like a job. And heck, it's so interesting to view that though, and God, it is scary turning into an adult. And I didn't believe that when my friends told it. I still went for the same old lie that, you know, thing is, I had to grow up when I was younger. I had to mature, and I've learned just because you mature young doesn't mean you're gonna grow up young. And I just hope that a lot of people can see that as you know, what to do in their life. I know this probably won't get out to much people or help a lot of people, but as long as, you know, I made someone feel like, you know, understand life a little bit better. That's another thing. You will never understand life. Don't even, like, you can understand it better, as I said. Doesn't mean you ever understand it. Understanding something better won't necessarily, like, I can understand quantum physics. I don't fully understand. Do I fully understand it? No. Will I ever fully understand it? No, probably not. Am I fine with that? Yes. And honestly, I think the world needs to just grow up as a whole. Like this Black Lives Matter thing. Let me. This is an opinion that I could get slight. I would say hateful, but honestly, it's good and bad. It's good for the fact that, you know, Black Lives Matter. They need to get their voices out. But sorry for the yawning. But it's also bad for the fact of look what it's doing to the rest of the world. We're still in a state of a virus, and voices can be heard online. It may be hard, but if you get enough attention to one person, get the thing. Look at a big influencer, Jacksepticeye. He's done so many fundraisers for so many charities, and honest to God, I respect the man a lot. Even PewDiePie, he may not do as many lives like charity streams as Jack, but he brings so many people to the attention of happiness for a brief moment of time, and that's such an amazing thought to have. It's just like literally before I started the stream, I was just chilling out watching some YouTube, you know, watching whatever came on my recommended. You don't have to, you know, see the world as a sad place. And I mean, it is a sad place. It's a sad place, but it's also a happy place. There's so much good in this world. It's locked away by our incapability to do stuff. I mean, I don't see why not, my man, but you know, I don't know how long I'm playing. I'm only on Brawl, so I can play in the background. I'm not even, you know, doing anything too big. It's just, but you know, as I hope, and I always will hope, I just gaming community. Please, 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 be good. Be well in this time. This time is not a good time.
Can I join you, please?
Yes, my man, you can join, I guess. I don't know. But, you know, it's just... I'm only just realizing too how incompetent we are as human beings, and I've always understood the world, and I know it's gonna sound a bit psychotic as me, but I slowly do want to watch the world burn. Not
I
the
am
fact.
spectating. Can I join next round?
Yes, my man. It's not for the fact that I want to watch the world. You know, the world itself burn. I want to watch not our bodies and burn. I want to watch our minds burn. In the way of, I want to watch the world regrow as a civilization and as a community, as human beings as a whole. Gamers get so much hate, and I get why. There is a lot of aggression on this platform and a lot of toxicity, but there's also a lot of love. People have got literally married over the gaming scene. That's an amazing thought. Imagine sitting there, chilling, being happy on a game, having a bad day on a game, and you meet someone nice. The LGBTQ plus community, Q plus, sorry. I've been a part of it for a while, and it's even helped me. I've met so many lovely souls on here that understand how I am, how I feel. They might not understand you, but you cannot. Yeah, that's a saying that is also false. You get told you can never understand someone. You can't understand someone. You can understand their emotions and their souls, their feelings. Not. It's just. I'm actually getting like.
Love your inspiration.
Thank you, my man. I don't know. I'm kind of just a bit, out of it today. But my main point still stands. The human race and community, every community as a whole, to us as a family as a whole, needs to come together. It's so, I want to say incompetent that we can't, because I know we can. Like, we can do great things.
I am gonna share the stream so more people can join stream.
Thank you, my man. I appreciate that. Things like that even. How many people do you know that, just, even if you're a bad person, you can still be a nice person. Like, doesn't change who you are. It just evolves you as who you are. To be fair, it's quite sad and beautiful at the same time to see such.
Can you let me in?
Yes, I can. Such an amazing community come together like this. But I can't say too much, I guess, on there. I guess I haven't viewed enough of the world to fully understand it. I guess I never will. But I guess it's just the way that it is, to be honest. And I guess also my point kind of seems like I'm trying to make the world completely get rid of sadness. That's not the case. Because you cannot have sadness and happiness without the other. You have to be sad. You can't. What if you're happy without having any sadness? Then you're not happy. You're just an emotion. That's it. That's all it is. That's all it is, and it's all it becomes. And like, it needs an even balance, especially at the teenagers of that generation. I don't know how it is around the rest of the world. I don't travel a lot, but Australia Pacific. I'm gonna use Australia, where I'm from, as a thing. I've got nothing wrong with kids and people in the human race is dying. But, so I don't know how long this stream will go on for. I'll try to make another one if it cuts out. But, you know, it's the importance of how lonely we are as humans, as not even humans, just as a being itself, to see what our generations come. And I know a lot of parents say that, you know, they're the ones who raised us, they're the ones who came like this. No, it's mostly us. One kid starts doing it, another kid just starts doing it. That's how it's always gone. Most popular vote wins. But it's not entirely true. I mean, it is, but it also goes about what you feel and how teenagers feel. If you self-talk, I get this, everyone's had bullying, but a lot of the people that I've been bullied by it, and I've talked to some of them in private, or I've heard them talk about it. They are not, so many of them told me that they don't want to live that lifestyle. I had one person in my school, I remember she was one of the most, you know, I always thought she was a bitch. Sorry, that's the way to say it, but that's how I seen her. But now, one of the kids left and she changed completely. Like, that's just how people work in school, and I get that's just in school as well, but even outside of school, so many people. Essays is a big one. If you're from Australia, you should know what an essay is. I don't know, that term is used so loosely. I think majority of our generation acts like that. It's just so sad to see it used like that. I really do wish that we could fix the world. I don't think we will for a long time. That's just my truth. I'll probably be dead by the time we do. And that's saying a lot, considering I'm not even 20 yet. I'm not even 18 yet. I mean, I'm only just halfway through I'm nearly there, don't worry about it. But that doesn't mean that I already hate the world, and I'm not gonna, and I hope teenagers don't fully see like that. Like, even adults, I've met some adults who think, you know, the world revolves around them and it doesn't matter. It does. Every action you make counts. You could be a dick to one person and make them that sad that they never grow up to be what they could have been, which could have been the person who saved the world. And I'm not saying don't be a dick, because some people that be a dick to some people will motivate you to do the other thing. It's just, I think people need to understand that you can't just sit there and just act like nothing's wrong in the world. There's always gonna be something wrong. Something's been going wrong in the world for a very long time. The world itself is to a point where how do I say this? It's crumbling. Not in the sense that we're literally gonna die. I mean in the sense that we, as a race, are failing. I'm not saying, you know, not like literally not gonna go, oh, he's doing this, he's doing that. I mean us as a society, as human beings, are failing. And that's just how it is. Even animals, like take dogs, cats, they help so many people. Pets help people, and when you lose those pets, you feel like you've just lost a brother. And that, for me, it was my bird that fully realized that the world's a piece of shit, and it always will be. And I don't know how to change that. That's just, and I don't. I'm trying to figure out how to say this. I guess the easiest way to put it is sad. We live our entire lives expecting the world to be a shithole now, these days. I've been told by people in the past that they expected it to be, you know, great and give them everything. No. To be honest, in my opinion, a lot of teens expect it to be this trashy place where they're not going to get any attention or love. And that's true. So many people get thrown away, and so many families get broken and torn apart because of someone else's shitty decisions. And I don't know how to feel about that. That's one of the things as a child that's done it. I've always been, not even I've always been, I think every teenager has always been a very, how to say this, not sad, but just unhappy. And because calling them sad would, you know, imply that they're not happy ever. And that's the truth. You can act like you're happy but not be happy. That would be being sad, but for being unhappy, you're more or less just not feeling happy. I know that makes no sense, and trust me, I know. I'm trying to wrap my head around what I'm saying as well, but it does. In the sense of you being happy won't necessarily mean you're happy. You can be happy for a reason. You could be happy. You could be unhappy for another reason. See, what I'm saying is they coexist with each other. As I was going on with what I was saying before, happiness is not. It's more of a friend than an emotion. It may be there for you, it may not be for you. Be there for you. You can't always just trust it to be there. You may lose it, you may gain it, and you may gain more happiness than other people. That's true, and that's why I'm using friends as an expression. But it's just how life is, and I can't change that. And to be honest, I wish I could. Then there's also the point where we believe as a society that law and order is the way. The thing is, order would imply, like, the word order itself, I'm not going to go into definition, but it's just not how the word works. I'm sorry. You believe in order and chaos and all that. They're not the only factors. Neutral is probably the biggest factor of them all. And I say that literally not wisely, but loosely. That is, like, neutral is such an amazing word. Neutral is in the middle of neutral. You know, you can be neutral good, neutral bad. And if you're a gamer, you'll understand what I mean by that. It's a big meme, but it's still a point. It's still just the way the world works, and that's sad. So far, literally, I don't talk about this stuff a lot. This is the first stream where I've really opened up and tried to think about this type of stuff, and the more I'm thinking about it now, the more I'm realizing how alike and sad we are. All communities, all races, all sexualities, all, you know, genders, they're all very, very sad. And I'm not trying to say that in a mean way. I legitimately mean we all feel sad, depressed. Depression is a medical term that you can given. The thing is, we all feel it, and we always feel it. It's just who we are. I've had really bad depression for years now, and you know what, ever since I started playing games again, like, I stopped playing games that, 2 years, I became a fucking full-blown alcoholic. I couldn't do anything else. I just stayed in bed all day. But now, I mean, it's actually worth living. Life is life. And whenever I get on a game and play with my friends, I laugh. And that scares me, because that doesn't happen all the time. At all. And it's so weird thought to think that when you do the thing you love, you laugh, but when you do the thing you love, you feel bad because you feel bad that you're gonna ruin that or you're gonna lose that. But no, the truth is, by you doing that, it changes the way your mind mentally thinks, and that's the truth. That's the conclusion to how we are and what we do. I don't know how else to think that. And just sorry to
Let us
put
do
that.
ranked.
Ranked. Oh my guy, I'm good, but you know, thank you for the offer. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to leave on you, my man. It's such a beautiful thought, though, is it not? Thinking of a perfect world when the perfect world is here. It's just we need to change it into what we think. The thing is, everyone has their own thoughts. Everyone has their own perfect. But the question is, will that perfect be perfect? Like, you can say that's the perfect cup of coffee, or that's the perfect, I don't know, pizza. But is it? Perfect things always get better. That's the thing about perfect. It's never perfect. It always changes, it always gets better. But it never gets worse. That's a sad thing. Everything has to get worse before it gets better, you know? Like, it's such a, I don't know, it's what it is, I guess. I can't word that in any other way. Well, I could, but you know, wouldn't probably like it. It's, as I said, such a beautiful thought. I'm gonna say perfect thought, dare I? Because that thought will change. I've said that a lot of times this stream already. Like, that's perfect. Like, it's such a perfect thought that we can all love, and I love that idea. I love that we as human beings can have that as our perfect thought, and that's honestly how I feel about this topic. And honestly, I hope we stay that way. I'm not saying I hope we become sad and lonely and even less depressed than we already are. I'm just saying we hope even more. I'm just hoping that we change. Not our emotions, not our thoughts. Us. As people. As ourselves. As human beings. People always say, you're the only you. No. Everyone else around you and the earth is you. That's how we feel. And honestly, you live a lie long enough, it becomes the truth. That's just very, very, very sad. How many times I need to say the word sad today, but you know. I guess it's just the way it's gonna be. And I don't know how to feel about that. I guess we're always gonna be us. But I could say I'm you. I could say that's another thing actually I want to go on with. You could mimic someone. Are you really mimicking them? Or are you mimicking yourself? Being someone else. Like, you don't know that's them. They could be someone else. And you could just be mimicking them. But, you know, you don't know. You don't know until you know. Until you really, really know. And I really hope, as a society, that we find that. I hope all of you just find your non-happiness, and that's the truth. Happiness and happiness. I just hope you find the earth, the world as a whole, the world is for what it is, and it's, I can't wait for the day for my kids' kids of kids to kids of kids to have my great grandchildren even to sit here and think of how shitty the world is. And that's the honest to God truth, because the worse it gets, the better it will get. And that's how it is. That's life. That's what's gonna end up happening, and that's how it's always gonna be. I don't know how else to tell you. We're just gonna have this for the rest of our lives. And you know what? I'm fine with this. But the question is, are you? Is humanity? Like, we've all said we've accepted it. We've accepted the end. You haven't, you just accepted the next beginning to your chapter. And I'm not going to do some Christian stuff and say, you know, God will be there. I don't even believe in that type of stuff. I just believe in what is the end is the start. Like, think of that. Think of how we ended and how we started. Is the end a start? Are we in reverse? What do we know? We literally know nothing. We know so little of our own universe. And again, we haven't even been living in that long. If you look at time and space, damn, we are slow. Isn't that such a beautiful thought to think of? But just how, I don't know, how good we are at that. That's how good we are at staying behind and being ourselves. And again, if you were listening to what I said earlier, yourselves does not necessarily mean you. It means what we are. That's such a very good thought of mine that I just had now too. If we truly are at the end of, you know, us, then what happens to us? Because we don't end, we just make more us's. But if we go, I've always been compared to my father or, you know, my uncle or auntie, but why have I never been compared to me? Have I ever existed? Have they ever existed? Who were they compared to? Were they compared to themselves or the person before them? That's just a sad fact. We can never truly find ourselves. We just find what everyone else thinks, and that's sad. I don't mean the usual story of, oh, you're just trying to act like someone else. No, I straight up mean fully dedicated. Like, will you ever find yourself? Will you just find the person that you were told to be? And I mean that in the best way. And to be honest, I hope that us as a society can coexist with ourselves. And I would love, I would love nothing less than for us to be a society where we can find ourselves. And goddamn, that amazed me. That is the day. That right there is the day us will reach the end. Also, it's the beginning. And I know I've ranted on a bit. I got sidetracked a lot. This video started out as me talking at the start of gaming and ended up making me think about the start of life. And now I'm just questioning everything. I don't mean in a bad way, like I'm gonna go off myself because, you know, the society's bad. I mean in a way that it makes me want to make it better. I know I'm a lazy person. I know I haven't done much for society so far, and I might not have to be able to, but at least my contradiction will make someone else want to. And I hope I've made you, anyone listening to this, also want to try and make the most of what you want to be. That's, again, I could even make another fact from this. I've gone to end this so many times, and I've just thought of another thing, like, us as a, like, you know, we get told our entire lives that we can be us. We can be whatever we want to be. That's true. We can. But what we want to be is what everyone else thinks we want to be. It's not what we choose. It's not what we want. Maybe what you choose, but I mean, is it? I mean, think of this as in school. School teaches children to obey. University teaches us to, you know, well, it might be different around the world how your schools work, but you know, basically, the first half of your life teaches you how to live. Second side of your life teaches you how to obey. Third, teach you how to create. And the last is, well, your life's on your own. You just don't know what to do after that. You're taught nothing but peacefulness, which makes you negative. And that negative will never end. I just can't think of that world. And to be honest, to whoever's listening to this right now, I thank you. I thank you for you being you. And you is, as I said before, us, and us as a community. And it all folds into the simple fact of we're just humans. Nothing more, nothing less. But we are still more. I could go on, but honestly, I can't. There's nothing more for me to say. I've said all that needs to be said, and as a human being and as a person, I thank you. Good luck, good night, and I'll see you guys next time. And yeah, but yeah, that's it, my guys. I loved speaking to all of you, and you know, as I said, good night, good luck.